The topic is a continuation of lineage paintings and single composition and how the lineage of teachers is depicted. And we've already talked about the four types in an overview, and more specifically about the two linear and alternating, the two first types. Now, of course, you can have lineage depictions that are done over three paintings or five. And yes, you have very large sets of lineage depictions where a central lineage teacher is in each composition. Then you have sets of 30, 50, 60, very large sets of paintings. But when it comes to a single composition and you have a large central figure, a Buddha, a deity, or a lineage teacher such as Tsongkhapa or Karmapa or Longchenpa or Sakyapandita, and then surrounding that you have a particular lineage. The lineages are not always generic. They can be any type of tantric lineage or a Madhyamaka lineage, Yogacara, or it could be a Vinaya, it could be a monastic lineage. There are many, many different types of lineage. But we discussed the first two of the four types. There are really four types that appear in a single composition. The first is linear, the second is alternating. Now, the third type, which we haven't discussed, is dual. Dual is where you have a large central figure, then at the top of the painting, you have the first figure of the lineage, which can be Shakyamuni Buddha, Manjushri Vajrapani, sometimes a deity. And then with dual, you're actually incorporating within a single composition two distinctly different lineages. So from the top center, moving to the viewer's right is one distinct lineage, which then moves from the right to the left and then descends vertically down the painting, the length of the painting. And the same is true on the right side. You'll have another lineage which begins on the right side and moves across and then down vertically. And then here you have two distinct lineages represented in a single composition. No, it's not common. I've seen actually a few of them where they are tantric lineages. What I have seen is I've seen Chakrasambhara down one side, the lineage, and then Hevajra down the other. Where we actually see this as something that's actually commonplace is in the very earliest of refuge type fields of the Gelugpa, where you have the Yogacara going down one side and the Madhyamaka going down the other side. And this, of course, transformed later on, especially during the time of the 17th century with the Panchen Lama Chukyi Gyaltsen, when he really formulated the Gelugpa refuge field, and refuge field paintings came out of that, where you have two distinct lineages depicted. So that's the most common, is the Gelugpa refuge field and precursor to the Gelugpa refuge field. Otherwise, aside from that, it's not overly common. So now the third type is asymmetrical. Asymmetrical is where you do not have a clear idea of how the lineage works at the top of the painting unless you know who all the figures are. So asymmetrical is a very early concept, generally Kagyu, using an Indian painting overall composition. And when you have the central figure of the painting, then the small figure at the top center is the teacher of that central figure of that painting. And then the lineage is arranged around asymmetrically on the left and right side. There is a method to it, but the central figure, being the immediate teacher of the large central subject, is what throws off the symmetry. So these are asymmetrical paintings, and we generally do not find them really past the 14th century. So that's an overview of the last two types of lineage format.